All right. So since I talked about and advocated for you using meditation in my last upload, this upload, I'm going to give you 2 practices that you can do at home that are both self-improvement related and that will help you better on your self-improvement journey, possibly take action and possibly more enjoy delayed gratification as well. And this is something that I don't see any other self-improvement YouTubers in the community talking about. Not even Hamza, who I'm a big fan of, but I still have like criticisms of, and this is like one of them, is that he doesn't approach meditation with the same aspect of pedagogy that he does other aspects of self-improvement, like getting girls, dieting, fitness, retiring your mother, all this stuff, right? Being with your family and all this stuff. He really only focuses on what I would call the yantra meditation, which is almost like saying, go to the gym and only pull. Don't do push and legs. Or if you have good legs, you only need to work out your legs. You don't need to work out your arms. It's like counterintuitive, right? There's different practices that different people need. And I talk about this in his server all the time, and I'm met with the same response, which is, whoa, there's a meditation for ADHD, or whoa, you can do meditation by talking with your voice. You can do meditation with your physical body. I'm like, yeah, you don't have to just sit there and close your eyes. Or what he recommends is like sitting there looking at the wall, which is like the yantra meditation for self-improvement, right? I'm going to do it right now. And like, for the sake of talking about it, you're looking at your wall, and as you're looking at your wall, you're kind of thinking about progress, purpose, whether or not you even really like the walls that are around you, and increase your income and find better walls for yourself by getting a better place. Or, could you decorate these walls? Could you like express your creativity as part of meeting Maslow's hierarchy of needs and put something up on these walls, right? Paint the walls, whatever it could be, right? And then it also kind of like improves your focus and improves your attention, right? You're just staring at the wall is a very disciplined act to do, right? To not break focus. And yantra has a history of being good for people that have addictive tendencies or problems with addiction, right? Which is fair to say, right? That a lot of young men may need that in our modern world, right? Like there's social media addiction, there's video game addiction, there's porn addiction that is often broken with these practices, right? But this doesn't really work for everyone, and some people want different things to do, so I'm going to try to offer that today to you. And these are 2 things that 2 practices, that I've developed myself and that I've offered to a couple other people in the self-improvement community, and I've gotten good response from these people upon offering the things to them and hearing their response to trying it for a couple days or for like a couple weeks, right? And this is all based on what I've learned from my own practice and other meditators like Dr. K of Healthy Gamer, Astro Doorway, who talks about a lot of Dharmic philosophy and Dharmic meditation on his channel. Really good channel, I'd recommend. And also a little bit of neuroscience too, from stuff that I've learned from Andrew Huberman. So the first practice is going to be a mantra for taking action and also enjoying delayed gratification a little bit more. So mantras are a bit like affirmations. It's a bit like if you had to go to the grocery store and get a certain number of things, but you didn't have a piece of paper to write them down on, you would just say it over and over again to remember it. Or if you had to take a test and you wanted to study by reading a book, and then like every so often when you find an important piece of prevalent information in the book that's related to the test, you would like, you can't see I'm holding my hands out like a book. You would just look up and say, oh, well, in this passage I just read that mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, or whatever it may be, right? So I'm bringing that up for you guys here. So I think what's really great about this is that it helps you enjoy doing challenging things, right? And because our brains can't tell the difference between good and bad dopamine, you really have to have a practice like this, because when you force yourself to do something that you might have some begrudging sense of, you actually do a worse job at it. And this is something that Huberman talks about, is that you have to really remind yourself that because I'm doing this challenging thing, there will be a greater reward, and I'll actually get more dopamine than I would if I was doing like an instant gratification activity. And oftentimes in our modern world, these instant gratification activities are a inefficient substitution of the thing that we actually want, right? Porn, love, video games, brotherhood, right? All this stuff. I could go on, but I want to get to this. Where there is challenge, there is progress. Where there is challenge, there is hope. Where there is challenge, there is joy. Where there is challenge, there is happiness. Where there is challenge, there is victory. Where there is challenge, there is progress. Where there is challenge, there is hope. Where there is challenge, there is joy. Where there is challenge, there is happiness. Where there is challenge, there is victory. So if you've ever done a love and kindness meditation before, this is kind of similar to that, right? Repeating over and over again, may I be loved, may I be well, may I be at peace. With breathing in and out in between, right? So affirming your ability to joyously take challenge on and enjoy the victory and the spoils that come with that is our first practice, and that's the mantra. Right, so now the Tantra, right? So this one is about taking action by sort of balancing your energy and balancing your emotion and making you better at switching states, right? To take action and progress, right? And not being perturbed or affected by things that may have happened to you in your past. Start with raising your dominant hand, whether it's your right hand or your left hand. What I want you to do is close your eyes, and again, there's breathing in this, so keep your diaphragm straight up. Sit up straight if you need to. It doesn't matter if you're sitting cross-legged or with your feet planted on the floor in a chair. What matters is that you're breathing from your diaphragm well. Older folks will lean in and get scoliosis and get bad posture as they're loosened on their bone density kind of weakens, right? And they lose their ability to speak from their diaphragm. And then they get to sounding like this, because they're not talking, they're talking all high-pitched. So let's avoid doing that. But take your dominant hand, raise that, and then think of something that made you really angry. It could be a person, it could be an event, right, out of your control. Whatever it may be. Think of that and then make a fist, a healthy fist, right? So fingers touching the edge of your hand here, edge of your palm, and thumb over that, right? And just kind of hold on to that anger just for a second, right? And you'll notice that anger is very volatile and it'll make your hand shake a bit, but that's kind of the nature of anger, right? That's why it's like trying to hold on to a hot coal, right? Because you're the one that gets burned, right? So while you're still doing that, hold on to that anger for just a second here. And then take your other hand, and with this hand, this other free hand that we have here, think about the joy you want to bring to the world. Think about purpose. Think about how you're still going despite these angry experiences, right? How these angry experiences have kind of shaped you to be better, how you survive that, right? Things you're maybe grateful for. And then put this hand into that. And you can close your eyes at this point if that helps you. Even like shift the fist far into the hand comfortably, and then you can shift back if you want to, right? Until you find a nice, comfortable position, right? And then you want to breathe in really sharply and then exhale really, really slowly. Slowly as you possibly can. So as you begin to find balance, you begin to find value in both of these states, and that you can better, more naturally switch kind of between them. Because you should never like want to not ever get angry, because you can actually use it to your advantage, right? And just kind of release that. There's some critical thinking involved there too, right? It's like, why are you really getting angry? Why has this shaped you to be who you are? You know, a lot of things. There's probably some purpose that comes up there. I've had a couple people say to me that their theta realm kind of activates, right, when they do this practice, and they start thinking about purpose, and also better their intuition a bit. Really interesting, right? Because they're imaginative with that. So here's your Tantra and your mantra to go with your staring at your wall, right? Hope this was helpful. We'll be making more uploads soon, and also launching Discord coaching via Subscribestar. I'll set up a Subscribestar, and you can contribute monthly to access coaching from me. Peace.